its call by simply making a choice. I am not asking when or why or how, just living in the moment, in the here and now. The song of a bird, the stirring of a breeze, the stillness of a flower, of the sky, of the trees, calling me to presence, inviting me to be, welcoming the silence, knowing I am free. Desert, from the earth and sand, discovering the fullness of the promised land. I am who spoke to Moses and to Abraham. I am who's heard in silences. I am that I am. The opening of grace, the inwardness of prayer, the wisdom of the sages and the teachings they share. The small voice within, or from the skies above, I am the source of insight, of compassion and love. The song of a bird, the stirring of a breeze, the stillness of a flower, of the sky, of the trees, calling me to presence, inviting me to be, welcoming the silence, knowing I am free. May we know blessings, those who are near. May we know blessings, those who are far. May the Sabbath bring its goodness to everyone soon, wherever they are. Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi. May we know blessings all through the day. May we know blessings all through the night. May health be for our children, all things soon be right. Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi. May we know blessings in our coming. May we know blessings when we depart. May we live each day with peace and wisdom in each heart. Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi. Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi, Kein, Yehi.
Welcome, everybody. The last video you just watched to celebrate Shabbat featured our local Rabbi Moshe Tom on vocals from the Coastside Jewish community. And we too welcome all of you to our virtual table this morning in celebration. I'm excited. We're excited. The gathering music today was also especially wonderful, thanks to Rabbi Moshe, Joanne Schriner, Shauna Pickett-Gordon, Sara Lomax, and the Andrée Ensemble. Welcome. We are so pleased you are all here today for our annual All Music Holiday Service. I'm Bill Hevlin, and I'll be one of your worship associates for today's UUCC service, along with Tricia here.
Hi, I'm Tricia Dell, and we have an amazing lineup of talented musicians for you to enjoy. I'm also proud to share that 100% of proceeds from our collection today will be going directly to senior Coastsiders. For 44 years, Senior Coastsiders has provided opportunities, support, and resources for older adults and adults with disabilities living on the coastside. From Montera to Pescadero, Skyline to the sea. And I'm so happy we can celebrate their work along with celebrating the holiday season with our interfaith family and friends. Our music program today interweaves Jewish, Christian, and solstice Yuletide songs around the themes of light, love, joy, and celebration. And please be sure to stay with us till the very end of the service so that you don't miss the wonderful performance of the all-women's choral ensemble, Solstice.
We may have some new people zooming into a UUCC service for the first time today. We want to warmly welcome you and let you know there's a place at our table here for all of you. The inherent worth and dignity of every person is our first Unitarian Universalist principle, and one that we hold most, most dear. That means we welcome everyone, people of all skin tones, the LGBTQ plus community, those with life challenges, and those temporarily without such challenges. For here we are working to overcome our society's systemic biases, and you specifically are most welcome here today. Today's service is a non-traditional one, and we've moved our sharing of joys and concerns until after the service. I hope you'll stay on Zoom to share joys and concerns live in our breakout rooms following the service. We have divided the service into 5 sections: the gift of darkness, the gift of new life, the gift of love, the gift of returning light, and celebration of the seasons. Each of these 5 sections will begin with a poem. And now, Tom Devine, UUCC's music director and artistic director for this service, opens with our first poem.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome, everyone. The winter solstice is about to come. It's coming this Tuesday at 7:59 a.m. And people in every era, all around the earth, have gathered on the solstice for rituals and prayers. Some 40 years ago, local psychologist Cynthia McReynolds wrote a modern winter solstice ritual, and local composer Joan McMillen wrote a set of beautiful poems for it, beautiful songs for it, pardon me. Here are some words from that ritual, which frame the song we're about to hear. Cynthia writes, "Since ancient times, the dark season has been a time of hope for the return of light, physical light for the earth and spiritual light within ourselves. The dark season evokes our longings. Out of emotional darkness, we long for inner wholeness. Out of collective darkness, we long for a peaceful and healed world. Our longings and prayers are like seeds. So that they can grow, we have to plant them. We have to give them up, offer them into darkness, surrender them to the larger cycles of life. Perhaps the same is true of ourselves. So that we can grow, we have to offer ourselves up to life in all its cycles of darkness and light."
Let
It wouldn't be a holiday music service without a sing-along. And when I found that the lyrics to this famous carol were written by a Unitarian minister, Edmund Hamilton Sears, I knew we had to include it. What's more, Sears was an early abolitionist and a supporter of women's equality. And if you pay attention to the words, you'll see that this is not just a Christmas carol, but also a powerful political statement. So please rise in body and or spirit and add your voice at home or just listen as our tiny but mighty UUCC choir sings, "It Came Upon the Midnight Clear."
It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their hearts of gold. Peace on the earth to all goodwill, from heaven news we bring. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. But with the woes of war and strife, the world has suffered long. Beneath the angels' strength have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And we who fight the wars hear not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise of battle strife, and hear the angels sing. For all the days are hastening on, by prophet bars foretold, when with the ever-circling years comes round the age of gold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors flame, and the whole world give back the song which now the angels sing.
As in every UU service, we light our chalice flame. And now, please join us in reading these words by David Breen. In this holiday season, may the darkness of winter be dispelled in this festival of lights, and may the darkness of ignorance be dispelled in the strength of compassion, reason, and sharing. Now Bill will guide us through the next section of our program, the gift of new life.
Mary Oliver is unquestionably the poet of choice in Unitarian Universalist congregations all over the country. If any secular literary source can be said to have achieved the status of sacred scripture within a religious movement, it is safe to say this of Mary Oliver's poetry among the Unitarian Universalists. As we celebrate the gift of new life, let me offer Poppies by Mary Oliver. The poppies send up their orange flares. Swaying in the wind, their congregations are a levitation of bright dust, of thin and lacy leaves. There isn't a place in this world that doesn't sooner or later drown in the indigos of darkness. But now, for a while, the roughage shines like a miracle as it floats above everything with its yellow hair. Of course, nothing stops the cold, black curved blade from hooking forward. Of course, loss is the great lesson. But I also say this, that light is an invitation to happiness, and that happiness, when it's done right, is a kind of holiness, palpable and redemptive inside the bright fields. Touched by their rough and spongy gold, I am washed and washed in the river of earthly delight. And what are you going to do? What can you do about it? Deep blue night. Our next set of songs celebrates the birth of new life in the form of a divine child. Again, this is a theme we find all over the world from ancient times. The wonderful Celtic trio Brocelïande, Margaret Davis, Christophe Clover, and Chris Yehi, starts us off with their spirited rendition of the familiar French carol, Il est né le divin enfant, which means he is born the holy child.
Divin enfant, chantons tous son avènement. Depuis plus de 4000 ans, nous le promettaient les prophètes. Depuis plus de 4000 ans, nous attendions cette heure temps. Il est né le divin enfant, jouez au bois, résonnez musette. Il est né le divin enfant, chantons tous son avènement. Qu'il est charmant, ay que ses grâces sont parfaites, ay qu'il est beau, qu'il est charmant, qu'il est doux, ce divin enfant. Il est né le divin enfant, jouez au bois, résonnez musette. Il est né le divin enfant, chantons tous son avènement. Divin enfant, jouez au bois, résonnez musette. Il est né le divin enfant, chantons tous son avènement. Il est né le divin enfant, jouez au bois, résonnez musette. Il est né le divin enfant, chantons tous son avènement.
Singer-songwriters Madeline Fendrick and Brian Peck are partners in life as well as in music. A little over a year ago, they welcomed a new addition to their family and celebrated the event by composing a new Christmas carol, A Crowded House.
Hello, Fendrick and Peck here. I'm Madeline, this is Brian, and this is Hugo, who came on the scene a few months ago. We are sharing with you a new carol. It's called A Crowded House. We were always raised with this idea of Jesus being born in a stable, but it turns out that there might have been a bit of a mistranslation there, and he may have been actually born in a living room, surrounded by livestock, surrounded by other humans, possibly
in a crowded house.
So here's the carol for you.
If we welcomed a crowded house, if we made room within, open the door to new light, what then would shine in? They knocked upon the door of an ordinary home. Won't you come in amidst our kin? You too are welcome within. It was a house shared by all, even the donkey and the cow. All who were crowded in the room would witness a miracle soon. If we welcomed a crowded house, if we made room within, open the door to new light, what then would shine in? The first cry was heard by all. It was mighty for one so small. The manger would be his bed, near by the breaking of bread. All creatures great and small gathered around the newborn child. He comes to love and forgive, show us a way that we might live. If we welcomed a crowded house, if we made room within, open the door to new light, what then would shine in? If we welcomed a crowded house, if we made room within, open the door to new light, what then would shine in?
Merry Christmas!
Tom wants me to add that Brian and Madeline are just as sweet in person as they seem in that video. Hugo is such a lucky boy. And no holiday music program would be complete without Silent Night, which is also about the birth of a child. Linda Grace Frost and the UUCC Choir perform this classic carol next, and we invite you to sing along at home, but maybe wait until the second verse so as not to miss Linda Grace's lovely solo on the first verse.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly
Mo Robinson was a regular favorite at UUCC for 3 years before moving to Oregon this summer. Next, Mo's many fans will get to enjoy him and collaborator Diane Burns singing a classic Christmas tune, The Friendly Beasts.
Jesus, our brother, kind and good, was humbly born in a stable rude, and the friendly beasts around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown, I carried his mother up hill and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown.
I said the cow, all white and red, I gave him my manger for his bed. I gave him my hay to pillow his head.
I said the cow, all white and red. I said the dove from the rafters high, cooed him to sleep, but he should not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my mate and I. I said the dove from the rafters high. I said the rooster with shining eye, I crowed the news up to the sky. I crowed the news to the sun on high. I said the rooster with shining eye.
I said the sheep with the curly horn, I gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn.
I said the sheep with the curly horn. Thus every beast by some good spell in the stable dark was glad to tell of the gifts they gave Emmanuel, of the gifts they gave to Emmanuel.
And now Tom will guide us through the next section of our program, The Gift of Love.
The next section of our program focuses on another theme of this season and every season, love. Whether it's romantic love, family love, community love, or what Dante calls the love that moves the sun and all the stars. Love is at the core of every celebration. Poet Mark Strand puts it like this in his poem, The Coming of Light. Even this late it happens, the coming of love, the coming of light. You wake and the candles are lit as if by themselves. Stars gather, dreams pour into your pillows, sending up warm bouquets of air. Even this late, the bones of the body shine, and tomorrow's dust flares into breath. Our first love song is by Gigi Cohen, a talented musician who's a member of the Unitarian Universalist community of Lake County and frequently attends UUCC services. We have the privilege of hearing her latest song, I Believe in Love, which features her as songwriter, singer, and multi-track performer.
time in everybody's life when you got to know wrong from right. No matter what the guru say, you got to find your own way. I believe in love. Oh, I believe in love. I believe in the gathering of the tribes. I believe in spreading good vibes. I believe we create our destiny. So let's create being free. So with me, ba 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 do ba dee ba da ba do. Ooh, we are all in a state of constant evolution. We run around and we try so hard to find our solution. But I know with compassion we can live in harmony. I believe in love. Ooh, I believe in love. Ba ba da ba do ba da ba do. Ooh, I believe in the innocence of a child. I believe in the freedom of the wild. I believe we create our destiny. So let's create being free. Sing with me. Ba, 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 do, ba, dee, ba, da, ba, do. Ooh, this whole world can be taken down by power, hate, and greed. We got to be like Mama Lion, protect, nurture, and feed ourselves, each other, the planet. We can live in harmony. I believe in love. Ooh, I believe in love. Ba, 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 do, ba, da, ba, do. Ooh, this world is filled with confusion, hypocrisy, and illusion. You got to know what is real. You got to know how you feel. When I pray for an answer for something I know can heal, I believe in love. I'm dancing with the energy of the sun. This is a song that must be sung. I believe in love. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, I believe in love. Ooh, I believe in love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe in love.
Our next song of love comes from Clovis Lewis, a world-class composer and cellist whose music has been widely performed. Clovis is also a recent graduate of the Star King School for the Ministry. He has moved us at UUCC with his powerful sermons several times already as a guest preacher. Here, Clovis, along with his daughter Leslie Colley, performs his original song, My Mistletoe, which supports marriage equality.
If I had one wish this Christmas, it would be that everyone who loved each other could marry when they grow up. with each other. I feel how the love of God flows through us. Who wants to stop this flow of love on Christmas Day in any way? Why, tell me who to kiss under my mistletoe? If I had one wish this Christmas, it would be that everyone who loved each other could marry when they grow up. If I had one wish this Christmas, we'd marry when we love one another.
Lisa Spector is our next performer, and she is a Coastside treasure. She graduated from Juilliard and has won first prizes in national piano competitions, has toured internationally, taught piano at university level, and has owned a music school here on the Coastside, where she still teaches. Her latest project is the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club, where she helps classical pianists learn how to practice smarter and play piano with joy and ease, leading with their heart. And I can personally attest that it's very effective. She will be performing an arrangement of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, which she recorded specially for us. Thank you, Lisa. And now we move into the next section of our program, the gift of returning light. The solstice is the point where darkness has had its say and light starts returning. Nils Peterson, Emeritus Professor of English at San Jose State University and the first poet laureate of Silicon Valley, gives us this solstice poem, Think of Those Great Watchers, where he speculates on the origin of those great ancient astronomical sites, New Grange, Stonehenge, and Karnak. Think of those great watchers of the sky, shepherds, magi, how they looked for 1,000 years and saw there was order, who learned not only light would return, but the moment she'd start her journey. No writing then. The seers gave what they knew to the song makers, dreamy sons, daughters who hummed as they spun, the priestly keepers of story, and the clever-handed heard, nodded, and turned poems into New Grange, Stonehenge, the great temple of Karnak. Thus endeth the reading, as we say. Our next song is by the wonderful David Temelevich. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. David began his musical career in 1975 with the formation of the award-winning duo Mustard's Retreat. He now focuses on being the agent and manager for other artists. His new composition, The Coming of the Dawn, is a highlight for this year's program. Tom Marquette, of UUCLC reputation and wider UU fame, created a wonderful video accompaniment where you'll see some of the places you just heard about in Nils Peterson's poem.
In the depths of this, the darkest night, we celebrate our turning towards the light. We gather all the burdens of the year and cast them out with reverence and good cheer. Rejoice, rejoice, the old year passes on. We celebrate the coming of the dawn. Come and cast a circle all around and make within it this our holy ground. When we join hands, there is no first or last. A bridge between the future and the past. Rejoice, rejoice, the old year passes on. We celebrate the coming of the dawn. Down many thousand years this night has been a time to celebrate and start again, to honor all of those that came before and welcome all that pass in through our door. Rejoice, rejoice, the old year passes on. We celebrate the coming of the dawn. Rejoice, rejoice, the old year passes on. We celebrate the coming of the dawn.
Oh, love it. Hello. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our special guest today, Sandi Winter. Sandi is currently the Executive Director of Senior Coastsiders in Half Moon Bay, a Coastside resident since 2008, initially living in Half Moon Bay and now in Moss Beach. Originally from Zimbabwe and South Africa, Sandi has a master's in health administration, a PhD in public administration, and a postdoctoral fellowship from the Stanford Prevention Research Center, Stanford University School of Medicine. Welcome, Sandi.
Thank you so much to Trisha and Noreen and Bill and Tom and everybody at UUCC. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you a little bit about the work we do at Senior Coastsiders. I'm briefly going to introduce our staff and our board of directors, tell you a little bit about our history, describe our mission, and give you some details of the impact we made in our community in the last fiscal year. And to round it all out, I have a very short video that will demonstrate our various programs. We are a small but mighty team. We have 6 full-time staff and 4 part-time. I'm going to name them and our board members on the next slide because you may know them as members of our community. Hope Atmore is our program manager. Tracy Gould is our care manager. Manny Orozco is our chef. Edna Martinez is our kitchen manager. Edinson Ledesma is our kitchen assistant. Kim Oliveris is our office manager. Casey McClung is our special events coordinator. Judy Matienzo is our data entry guru. And Dale Salazar looks after our facility. So we accomplish a huge amount here at Senior Coastsiders, and we are only able to do this because of the hard work and dedication of about 250 committed volunteers. We're guided by an enthusiastic board, which comprises Dave Dixon, Charmian Donegan, Jill Jacobson, Steve Kikuchi, Robin Kirby, Lisa Lopez, Angela Neiman, Ed Odatz, Connie Santilli, and Robert Zadek. And together they bring a varied depth of experience to our organization. Senior Coastsiders opened in 1977 under the umbrella organization Coastside Community Action Council, which was originally located in what is now Cameron's Pub. In 1985, the organization moved to the Ted Adcock Community Center, and then we had a big capital campaign, and in 2014, we moved to our new home on the Coastside Senior Housing Campus. Our mission to this day is to support successful aging for Coastside seniors, and we do this by providing opportunities, services, and resources that meet their needs, enrich their lives, foster their independence, and respect their creativity, dignity, and value. Since COVID began, we've experienced a sustained increase in the demand for our services. Tracy, our care manager, has spent thousands of hours providing seniors and their caregivers with information, assistance, referrals, and resources. Our center was used as a testing site for many months and a vaccine site once for those seniors who really struggle to get a vaccine in any other way because of transportation or technology-related challenges. We served over 40,000 meals last fiscal year that are prepared by Manny and his team every weekday in our commercial kitchen. These meals are home delivered, and since July the 7th of this year, when we reopened our facility, also served in our dining room. During COVID, we switched many of our classes and activities to Zoom and supported seniors in our community to be able to embrace for what many of them was a new technology. Now our classes are offered on Zoom, in person, and a hybrid model to ensure we meet the needs of our participants. Our classes include activities in 3 domains: physical activity, such as Zumba and yoga, which is taught by a member of the UUCC congregation, Linda Grace, Rosen movement, and those kinds of things. We also have creativity classes, such as writing, painting, and crafts, and activities that promote social connections, such as our puzzle solving, bridge, and mahjong groups. Our popular home repair program continues to be strong. We support seniors to safely age in place for as long as possible by conducting minor home repair and garden cleanup projects each year. To do this, we partner with many local contractors and professionals who often provide their services and materials at steep discounts. Our volunteers provided almost 7,000 hours of service, which not only benefited our senior community, but also enriches the lives of the volunteers themselves. The figures that I've just gave you are from our 2020-2021 annual report that can be found on our website, which is www.seniorcoastsiders.org. And there you can find all sorts of information about our organization. And next, I'm proud to share a short video that does an excellent job of showing our mission in action.
Thank you, Sandi, for your leadership and good work with Senior Coastsiders, rising to the challenges of COVID by addressing the needs of the community directly, reimagining all of your programming, and staying on top of finances and fundraising is impressive. I'm proud to be a part of making Senior Coastsiders all it can be. And thanks to Shauna Pickett-Gordon and the Andrée Ensemble, Margaret Berrio, Kim Coles, Rebecca Peters, and Marianne Johnson for contributing the music on this video. One of the many things that has touched me about Senior Coastsiders came from an eye-opening 2-minute video where care manager Tracy Gould spoke about the multitude of ways that she supports people each day. It's on the Senior Coastsider website if you want to take a peek. All I could think about was what would happen if Senior Coastsiders wasn't there. It was easy to imagine that there would be gaps in care, small and large. I'm honored to invite you to join together with Senior Coastsiders and UUCC to support successful aging on the coastside. As of this morning, we have already raised $1,250 of personal contributions and an additional $1,250 of matches from employers for a total of $2,500. So let's pull together and raise $5,000 or more to make sure all seniors on the coast have hot meals, social opportunities, meal deliveries when homebound, yoga, fitness, art, writing, and a friendly person to turn to when they need help. $100 will make it possible for 10 seniors to receive a hot meal surrounded by friends. $500 will fund over a week of 30 different classes and activities, many offered both online and in person. $1,500 will provide minor home repairs like you just saw in the video for a senior, including projects such as ramps, grab bars, smoke alarms, yard cleaning, and much more, making it safe for older adults to age in place. As always, gifts of any amount are most appreciated and they're tax deductible. Please follow the instructions for donations in the order of service. As your generous spirit moves you today, feel free to contribute what you can to Senior Coastsiders, either by check or online. The instructions for giving are also in the chat. While these collections take place, let's take a few moments to hear a beautiful song by Vera Vanderschalk. Vera is a valued member of UUCC and an accomplished classical guitarist. Today, she is playing El Testament d'Emilia by Miguel Yobé. Thank you, Vera. Now, please join me in reading the UUCC mission statement. We, the Unitarian Universalist Coastside community, are an ecumenical group of open-minded individuals whose mission is to promote spiritual growth, mutual respect, and diversity. as we work together for a peaceful, sustainable, socially just, and happier world. And now Bill will introduce our final section of the celebration of the season.
Although Hanukkah ended on December 6th this year, we still want to honor this important Jewish tradition. So as we celebrate the December holidays together today, I'd like to read this festive, food-loving poem by Stephen Schneider, Hanukkah Lights Tonight. Our annual Prairie Hanukkah party, latkes, kugel, cherry blintzes. Friends arrive from nearby towns and dance the twist to Hanukkah lights tonight. Spin like a dreidel to a klezmer hit. The candles flicker in the window. Outside, ponderosa pines are tied in red bows. If you squint, the neighbors' Christmas lights look like the Omaha skyline. The smell of oil is in the air. We drift off to childhood where we spent our gelt on baseball cards and matinees, cream sodas and potato knishes. No delis in our neighborhood, only the wind howling over the crushed corn stalks. Inside, we try to sweep the darkness out, waiting for the Messiah to knock, wanting to know if he can join the party. Live Oak UU Choir is seriously deep in musical talent and vocal abilities. Based in the East Bay, Live Oak and UUCC met over Zoom during the pandemic to see how we could help each other out with our recorded music programming. For this year's festival, Jay Roller sent us this jazzy a cappella version of the holiday classic Silver Bells.
And now we have arrived at that point in our service where we extinguish our candle flame. But don't go away because there's still more music to come. Please join us in reading these words by Elizabeth Sella Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now, Tricia has announcements for us.
Hello. Now for a few announcements. We thank UU San Mateo for their invaluable administrative and professional support. We want to acknowledge the continued support of UU community of Lake County during these pandemic times. Regular attendance on Zoom from UUCLC really helps bolster morale of our production teams as our hard work is appreciated by a larger audience. And thanks to Lake County for sharing some of their very best with us today, with Clovis Lewis, Gigi Cohen, and Tom Marquette. Exclamation point. And we want to acknowledge our joy from working with senior Coastsiders this year on this fundraiser. Double exclamation point. The Touchstones theme for January is renewal. Jane Thanks from Unitarian Universalist Community of Lake County speaks on January 2nd on secret shames. How many of us have left the religion we grew up in feeling like guilty sinners? Then we came into the open arms of Unitarian Universalist community, where we strive to see the inherent worth and dignity of every person, including ourselves. Jane reads a wonderful retranslation of the Lord's Prayer that resonates deep within her and expands upon the idea of forgiving debts and trespasses. And she shares one of her own secret shames and focuses on the need to forgive ourselves and others. And now Tom introduces our closing song.
Thank you, Tricia. Another Bay Area treasure is Solstice, a woman's choir that has enthralled audiences with their technically precise and passionate voices since 1996, winning many awards along the way. Today, Solstice brings us Ufros Aleinu, a traditional Jewish prayer song stunningly arranged by Solstice member Cheryl Kaskowitz. The text translates as, Lord, spread over us your shelter of peace. As we all seek peace, and here today especially wish peace for the whole world, let's join with their prayer as we listen to the 7 beautiful voices of Solstice singing Ufros Aleinu.
Shalom Mecha.
Thanks to everyone who contributed to this wonderful holiday interfaith service today. You can see on this slide all of the musicians who have contributed music to this amazing service. Donating their music really expresses their love for music and for this cause. So you can in turn thank them by attending their concerts, both virtual and in person. Artist websites are listed in our most recent newsletter, which you can find on the website at uucoastside.org. This has been an enormous effort to put on this production. Special thanks goes to Tom Devine, Bruce Raffnell, Bill Hevlin, and Noreen Cooper Hevlin, otherwise known as the Fab Four.
And thank you, Tricia, who specializes in raising funds for nonprofits. You are invited to visit her website at triciadell.com. And a big thank you to all of you for attending our Festival of Lights service today.
And I hope you'll all join us in the breakout rooms immediately following. Hanukkah has just happened. 2 days from now, the winter solstice, or Yule, will mark the return of the light to our hemisphere. In 5 days, it will be Christmas Eve. And there are other important holidays coalescing at this time of darkness and of calling back the light. Today, we have enjoyed gifts of music and poetry. And today, thanks to your generosity, we have made it possible for our neighbors in need to see a bit more light at the end of their tunnel. Even though we can't gather as we would like to celebrate the season with family and friends, we are here today for each other. Let's use our breakout rooms to celebrate. No matter where you are on your journey towards holiday readiness, we wish you good health, connection with loved ones, a time of renewal and joy, and the light of hope. Be safe, be well, wear those masks, and let's come back together in 2022 stronger than ever before. In just a few moments, Bill will give everyone permission to unmute themselves. Have a very wonderful and safe week and a healthy, happy holiday. And we'll see you back here in the new year.